we as labor can do to improve communication with the general public who doesn't have a positive notion of what it is we're trying to do? Does anyone have any ideas? I don't have all the answers.
When I was a kid, we actually learned about labor in school.
Okay.
Grade school, you know, we didn't learn much, but at least some.
Hey, wait on, hold on.
No, I didn't learn much, but I probably didn't, because I wasn't that good a student. But the long and short of it is, there was mention of the major events that occurred in our country's history involving labor.
Right.
You know, the Pullman strike, the shirt factory that burned up, the major events that were a catalyst in changing things. My kids had never heard any of that stuff.
Right.
The only time they ever heard anything about labor is when I went into the classroom to talk about Port of Tacoma tours, and people asked me, well, what's a union? So if we don't get some kind of educational balance to give our side of the story, we're fighting a losing battle.
But I think you also have to put forth the effort to get the message out yourself, because you can't rely on that. It's been a long
I
time
can't
since
hear you, Tracy.
I
Sorry.
said, I think that you also have to put forth the effort to get the message out there yourself, because you can't rely on that. It's been a long time since I heard, look for the union label.
Right.
And I used to, when I was a little kid, every day when I turned on the TV, there was that commercial. You could sing to the whole thing. I mean, there was an effort to bring that to the forefront. We're not hearing it anymore. All we're hearing is the demonization.
Right. I mean, every time you hear about labor in the news, it's always something negative. And again, it's concentrated on they're against, they're against, they're against. And so I think there are opportunities to do a better job of communicating what we're for.
Well, one of the problems is that we don't talk. We are in isolation. We don't communicate. So how are we going to come to any consensus if we don't do it? Gentleman said, well, you learned something about labor in school. Civic education is not taught anymore in the school system.
Right.
Social sciences are going down the drain everywhere. Math and English. That's what I hear every day. You can teach math and English with a different subject. But we teach a vehicle instead of the content. So if we can even describe what working class is, we are not clear about that. As I said, well, it was very easy 100 years ago, but today it is not. The economy is more complicated.
The economy is more complicated. We're not a manufacturing-based society anymore. And so again, you know, anyone who goes to work every day is a member of the working class, as far as I'm concerned.
So, first of all, things like this have to happen. We have to talk more and involve everybody in the conversation. When we talk about conversation, I say, are you talking about discussion? No, I'm talking about dialogue. Why do we have to fight? Why do we have to struggle? It's not a question of struggle, it's a question of learning.
Well, one of the things that I would like to see our community do is have a dialogue on all sides of the conversation about the Employee Free Choice Act. Because if I ask 10 people what it is, I will get 10 different answers. And I think there is so much misinformation out there on both sides about what it is, what it isn't, and what it's meant to do.
So,
I don't know.
oh,
Farrell first and then Todd.
okay, so